Hey guys, we're back with Chaos Child. We're still in the Alba Room arc. But don't worry, any day now, Serika's gonna show up and murder everyone. And so our days passed by peacefully. Shinjo-san would contact me once in a while. All he ever asked was if Serika had contacted me. That meant that the police hadn't found her either. I couldn't let my guard down, but nobody was capable of staying on edge 24 hours a day. With everything that lay ahead of me, I couldn't live in fear of Serika forever. As some savings built up, it wasn't enough for 4 people to subsist on forever. Yeah, I've been wondering if they're gonna bring up like the idea of one of them getting a part-time job or something. Check the employment sites for a good part-time job. Customer service was out of the question. Yeah. So was anything involving physical labor? Like he's talking to be like, oh, here's your drink, bam, and then he'd have a delusion. Like, I don't even want to know what he'd delude about. I looked for something that dealt with information, but of course, I couldn't find anything. Maybe I should ask Kunasato if she needs help with Shibuya news. Then again, from the look of her apartment, she probably doesn't have enough money to hire me either. Oh wait, put out more ads or something on the Shibuya news page and try to get some affiliate income. Suddenly there's a knock at the door! Kunasato, I have an idea for you!
Takuru.
Nono's in the center of the room, sewing something. She tensed up. Look, it's a 2v1 if it's Serika. You both have D-swords. Only a few people knew about this apartment. What if it's Serika? I suddenly motioned for the others to gather in the corner of the room, softly went to the door and reached out for the knob. Did they not have a peephole? Before I could open it, the door flung open from the outside. You don't lock your door? Are you crazy? Oh no! It's Arimura! Huh? Peeking through the door were Arimura and Kazuki? Yo.
Arimura-san? それにカズキも。あ、チャオス。お久しぶりっすね、先輩方。
What are you doing here?
あらまたこらまた。全然学校に来ない上、連絡すらくれない先輩方の様子を見に来た可愛い後輩2人に向かって、ずいぶんなご挨拶じゃないっすか?
I thought this was gonna be the classic. We've come to bring you your homework. Oh no, there's a reason for that.
なるほど。ふむふむ。ここが先輩方の愛の巣ってわけですか。
Please don't, Arimura. Please don't. Arimura grinned wickedly as she stared at the room.
愛の巣って何言ってるの？私たちは家族みんなで。
Seriously, don't step to her level. Be proud. Hold your head up high.
とにかく上がっていいっすか？お邪魔します。
She came inside without waiting for an answer or even taking her shoes off. That's like very rude, right, in Japan, I think? She never did listen to what anybody had to say.
というわけで、遠慮なくくつろいでね、花。
Arimura, you should probably make yourself feel a little less at home.
ああ、お構いなく。私、安物のお茶でも気にしませんから。
This girl.
それにしても、これはまた思った以上のボロさですね。世界遺産ものですよ。
Never change, Arimura. At this point, I was wasting my time even trying to say anything.
ユウトもウキも元気そうで何よりね。お久しぶりです。おかげさまで。
Thank you? The two of them looked relieved to see the identities of our sudden visitors.
まったく、二人とも相変わらずね。安心したわ。
Nona must have been happy to see them, because she had a big grin on her face.
学校の方はどう？先輩たちが来ない以外は普段通りぼちぼちですよ。ねえ、花。
Kazuki's worried because if the newspaper club stops functioning, she can't play ESO2 at school. I didn't really care about school, but Nona was the student council president. Must have been bothering her. Anyway, how do you find out about this place?
やっぱ気になります？それ。
We're trying to keep it a secret, so of course I did.
聞いたんですよ、新庄さんに。
You narc! Oh, it's that simple.
最初は知らないってとぼけてましたけど、私にそんな嘘ついても無駄だっていうのに。
He at least tried.
学習しないんだから、あの刑事さん。
There's no getting around that. So I had no choice but to tell her then. So you know about everything else?
いやー、やられましたよ。まさか私の能力を知っててのらりくらりとかわされてたとはね。敵ながらあっぱれです。
I knew immediately that she was talking about Sarika. Not saying the name was probably her way of trying to make me feel better. She was more delicate in things like that than you might expect. She spent so much time worrying about what other people were thinking.
それにしても先輩も物好きっすね。
She
よりによって隣が
She's about to pound on the wall. Yeah! I called it! There's a pounding on the wall before she could finish her sentence.
ダメよ。見た目通り壁薄いんだから全部聞こえちゃうわよ。
聞こえちゃうっていうか聞いてるんじゃないですか。
Pounding incoming.
コップとか壁にくっつけて。
More pounding. Maybe Arimori was right. Oh, Kazuki! Oh! It's the wall pounding challenge. 2015? 2016? What year is this?
こら和樹も対抗心燃やして壁殴ろうとしないの。
Just having the two of them here made this place feel like the club room.
そうそう、それでですね、私たちが今日やってきた目的はですね。
Don't be homework. Arimori suddenly stood up and left the room.
ねえ、花も手伝ってよ。
Now it's Kazuki's turn to disappear. Question mark? Two of them carried a large object into the room.
ちょっとこれって物質の。
The map? The map we'd used to track the case. Why did he bring it all the way here?
花がどうしても持っていくって言うんだもん。
I mean, did you have to bring it to the most cramped house? Like, Kazuki, you couldn't take it home? Like, sure that you have a closet? Kazuki did?
先輩たちが後ろでワイワイやっててくれないと演数やってても張り合いがないんだって。
Wait, so Kazuki brought her whole setup? She brought the whole club room here to simulate it?
でも先輩たちは来ないでしょ。だったらこっちから出向くしかないってなわけで、これからはここが部室ということで一つ。
They're being bullied into going back to school. How selfish can you be? Maybe someone else might let you get away with this, but...
一つって見てわかるでしょ。ここにいきなりそんな大きなものを持ってこられても困るわ。
See? The Empress won't.
でももう持ってきちゃったんで、あとは捨てるなりなんなり好きにしてください。
Nono sighed and shrugged her shoulders. She must have realized she was wasting her time. Arimori Hinaya could be a very scary woman to deal with.
それでは反対もないようなので、ここに碧峰学園新聞部出張所の発足式を行いたいと思います。
Arimori took out some Mountain View from the fridge and began to hand it to everyone. Doesn't she hate Mountain View? Didn't even feel up to complaining anymore.
皆さん準備はいいですか？
I think she only tried it in the Arimori route, right? In the very beginning? Kazuki applauded mechanically, a blank expression on her face.
それでは乾杯。
Kanpai!
乾杯です。乾杯。
Kanpai. Smug Arimori. Plastic bottles hitting each other didn't exactly make for a good toast.
どうしたの有村さん。
宮代先輩とクルス先輩は
Oh
ここ
my,
で
shut
毎晩死闘を
up!
共にしているわけですよね。
Shut up! Kazuki!
しとねって変な言い方しないで。共同生活をしてるのよ。ほら兄弟なんだから普通でしょ。それに優斗とウキちゃんも一緒だし。
What are you laughing at, Kazuki? Kazuki must have found Arimori's words funny because she was holding her stomach and laughing. I never did understand her sense of humor.
なるほど、4人で一つ屋根の下ですか。楽しそうですね。
What is that implying?
そうだ花、私たちも一緒にここで暮らそうか。
Ah! Is that a new Takuru sprite with his head like to the side like that? What the hell is she talking about? Listen, we're not living here because it's fun.
そうよ。それにこの部屋にこれ以上人が増えたらとてもじゃないけど暮らしていけないわ。
I like to imagine the conversation that went down between Kazuki and Arimura. Hey Kazuki, you heard about those orphans whose father died, right? And now they're living in a one-room apartment? Let's go bully them. That sounds like fun. Kazuki goes like,
ああ、そうですか。 寝るところなら何とでもなるし、みんなでお金を出し合えば家賃だって一人頭換算少なくて済みますよ。
Kazuki could real world trade some stuff from ESO too, make some money. For some reason, Kazuki was nodding rapidly in agreement. Still.
それに、ほら、見てくださいよ、今のこの状態。
What was that? Aimori stood in the middle of the room and spun around, her arms outstretched like a stage actress. I always like when they play with sprites like that.
ね?
See what?
もう、ニブチンさんなんだから、いいですか？今この部屋の中には男子が2人、女子が4人。いわば宮代先輩のほぼハーレム状態。
Isn't one of those girls like 11? Practically means it isn't though. And one of them's his stepsister. One of them's a Kazuki. Hello. Kunosato burst through the door and yelled at us. One of them's a Kunosato.
隣で騒ぐなと何度も言っているだろうが、いい加減に。
ああ、いいところに。ねえ、あなたも一緒にどうですか？
We have Mountain View, an intellectual drink for something individuals. I somehow almost remember that Ho and Kyoma quote.
一緒に？
またまた、話聞いてたんでしょ？みんなで一緒に暮らしませんかって話ですよ。
お前、頭に虫でも湧いているんじゃないか。どうして私がお前たちと？
生活費、楽になりますけど。
She fell silent. But is she seriously considering it?
冗談じゃない。どうして私がお前たちと共同生活を送らなければならないんだ。バカも休み休み言え。
You know, Kurosato has used a question to answer that twice. Because, why would I ever want to? Because that's a question. Why would I want to live with you people? She's not. I mean, I guess the hell no is an answer. Although that's not a lie. That's saying her intentions. Say if you want to or not. I think you should shoot the idea right down.
とにかく、これ以上やかましく騒ぐんじゃない。次に騒いだら脳に電極ぶっ刺してやるからな。
Hey, Ito would be into that. Kunosato slammed the door shut loud enough to bother the other neighbors. Didn't seem like she was joking.
ほんと、相変わらず冗談の通じない人。
It's your fault for making so much noise for no reason.
失敬な、無駄なんかじゃないっすよ。私たちにはれっきとした重大な用が。あ。
Oh.
ん？
Question mark?
実はね、今日来た理由はもう一つあって。
Aimori slapped her hands together, just like she'd only remembered. Just like you get what I mean.
伊藤先輩のお見舞い、行きません？
Ito content! We'd heard that Ito had been released. I didn't know that he'd recovered enough to meet with people. He's still considered a person of interest in the case, so they were refusing most visitors, but Arimori said we could get Shinjo to let us in. For his part, Shinjo probably hoped that we could get some information from Ito. If Arimori was there, we could tell if Ito was telling the truth. I wanted to know how Ito was doing too. We decided to have Yuto and Yamazoe stay with Momose-san while we were gone. Hey Yuto, we're gonna go visit that guy who killed your sister. You wanna join us? She'd already taken care of Yamazoe before, so we knew it would be safe, because Momose couldn't possibly be evil. Ito's room was on the top floor of the hospital. There were detectives stationed around the floor, but Shinjo-san must have sent word because they let us straight through. Ito. Ito looked up at us from the bed and grinned, just a little.
宮代、それにみんなも来てくれたのか。
Yeah, pretty much. How you doing?
調子か。体調は悪くないと思う。
I'd expected Ito to be barely conscious, but his color was good and he didn't seem to be in a lot of pain. However,
思ったより元気そうでよかった。あ、これお見舞い。果物くらいは食べられるんでしょ？
ああ、悪いな。気を使ってもらっちまって。
I felt like the energy that had made Ito himself had vanished. So, I started to talk, then fell silent. How about you murdering my little sister, huh? But no, don't bring that up. From what I'd heard, Ito had lost all of his memories of the incident. Oh, really? I wanted to see if that was true, but what would be the best way to ask him about it? Hey, do you remember anything?
そのゆいちゃんのことだろ。
Do you remember?
一応な、刑事さんにも聞かれてるしさ。
I couldn't tell if he was smiling or crying.
ごめんな。俺がちゃんと守ってやれれば、ゆいちゃんだって助かったかもしれないのにな。
Wait, so does he actually think he's innocent? Huh?
伊藤君、ゆいが助かったかもってどういうこと？
え？だって俺の目の前で殺されたんだろ。
Okay, nobody tell him. Nobody tell him. What is he talking about?
悪いな。本当に覚えてないんだよ。俺、この数週間の間、何があったのか。
Serica had an alibi for that time, right? I think it had to be him who killed her.
なんというのか、こう、ありがちな言い方だけど、もやがかかったみたいっていうかさ。だから正直、なんで自分がこんなところにいるのかもわからねえんだよ。
I looked at Arimoriel. She nodded silently, which meant he really was telling the truth. Suddenly, Ito looked around the room in surprise.
あれ？そういえば、尾上はどうしたんだ？
Oh, she's just, you know, out and about. Oh.
なんか静かだと思ったら、あいつがいないからか。何かあったのか？
Well...
ちょっとね、学校で居残りだって。
See, we really shouldn't be hiding the fact that she's the killer because, like, she could show up. Like, I mean, I feel like that's, you know, not very responsible.
あいつらしいや。
伊藤先輩にもよろしく伝えてくれって言ってましたよ。
そうか。まあ、顔見られないのは残念だけど、そのうち来るよう言っといてくれよ。病室ってのはどうにも退屈でさ。
Yeah. If he didn't remember, there's no need to force him to. Ito!
伊藤君、
悪い。久しぶりにいろいろ思い出そうとしたら、ちょっと疲れたみたいだ。
そう。それじゃあ私たち、そろそろおいとまするわ。
わざわざ来てくれたのに、悪いな。
Why couldn't they give him a sprite? Or like a CG? No, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Ito sank down into the bed and smiled at us weakly as we left the room. Unfortunately, it really was true that he didn't remember anything. But he hadn't just forgotten. He'd replaced the bad memories with ones that were better for him. He was a victim too, in a way. I wonder if... like, before Sakuma died, like, Serica was like, hey, change Ito's memories. It wasn't right to blame him and force him to confront the truth. I felt conflicted about it, though. Would Nono and I ever really, truly be able to be friends with him again? I wondered about that as I headed for home. Nothing happened for the next 2 days. Serica was still leaving us alone. What day is it now? Like, it's gotta be almost December, I think. I was starting to think that maybe it was time for me to head back to school. With Yuto and Yamazoe to worry about, I was hesitant, thinking maybe it was still too soon. And then, she showed up again.
チャオス先輩方。あ、ウキッチもユートッチも。
Wait, they're still not going to school? Oh, we got a date. The 8th, 18th. It's weird that they put that there, but don't actually show it.
チャオスってです。
Desu. Did one Yuto and Yamazoe over too. Wait,
です。
what is that translation? They should have just put Desu. So, what are you doing here today?
あらまあ、ずいぶんとご挨拶ですね。この前言ったじゃないすか。ここが碧峰学園新聞部出張所だって。
The bulletin board was already situated behind us. I couldn't see it from here, but I would if I looked around. I'm still paying attention to those ribbons. Every time I see them, I'm like, oh, what does that mean? Look, trust me, the second Arimori route's gonna have all the answers. The first Arimori route didn't have them, but the second one made the whole place feel cramped. Letting the club members do their own thing for a while, so there's no need for you to be here. You're in the literature club anyway, aren't you?
いやー、文芸部で培った文章作成のスキルを新聞部でも役立てればと。それに今日は頼まれ物があってわざわざ来たんですからね。感謝される言われはあれど、文句言われる筋合いはないはずです。えへん。
Arimori puffed out her chest proudly. Errand?
残念ながら宮代先輩ではなくクルス先輩に。
私に？何かしら？
さあ、ただこれを渡してくれって川原先輩が。
A ton of homework.
川原くんが？
Oh, what? Just as Nono took a stack of handouts from Arimori, her phone began to ring. Oh, I thought it was music. Like Arimori had like a DVD player, or like a CD player, sorry. She looked at the screen and ignored it. Oh, I didn't intend to look, but from where I was sitting, I caught a glimpse of it. It's Kawahara-kun, the person we were just talking about.
いいんすか？
後で折り返すわ。
生徒会関係のことかも？
それはちゃんと全員に連絡して滞りなくやってもらってるから大丈夫よ。
What did he want then? Nono's phone rang again. At the same time, there's a knock on the door. If it was Kawahara-kun on the phone, who was at the door? Was it Sirika?
タクル。
Tension filled the room. There could be no one else. With the phone ringing, we couldn't pretend that no one was here. Should we answer or not? Just as I finally decided to stand up and answer it.
クルス、いるんだろ？僕だ、川原だ。開けてくれ。
Then who's on the phone? It was Kawahara-kun, the boy who was calling on the phone.
突然訪ねてきてすまない。でも、こうでもしないと会えないと思ったから。
Kawahara-kun bowed as he came inside.
もしかしてさっきの電話は。
イルスでも使われると困るからな。悪いとは思ったけど、確かめさせてもらった。
In a cheap apartment like this, you could hear the phone ringing from the hallway. He must have figured that out. Why did he have to go through all this trouble? Maybe Seiko was controlling him, just like she'd done with Ito. Either way, it'd be best to be careful.
それから気づいているだろうが、有村に頼み事をしたのも、クルスたちの住んでいる場所を知るためだ。そのことについても謝る。
Wait, what's up with all the Kawahara bullying content? In Arimori's route, he got screamed at, and in this route, Nono's ignoring him. What's gonna happen to the other routes?
そうだったんですか？待って、それじゃあ私つけられて。
Oh my god, Arimori, who else could have followed you? He evidently hadn't noticed. I whispered in her ear. Can't you tell when someone's lying?
だってこれ持ってってくれって頼まれただけで、それだけなら嘘じゃないし。
What a useless power!
その川原くん、どうしてそんなことを。
Nono glanced at Yuto and Yamazoe, who were shaking in fear in a corner of the room. Oh no, it's Kawahara! Run!
決まってるだろ。クルスが学校に来ないからだ。
だからそれに関しては言ったじゃない。今は大変な時だからって。
大変なのはわかる。でも、だからっていつまでもこうやって休んでるのはおかしいだろ。
それにはいろいろと事情があるのよ。
事情？だったら、その事情ってやつを説明してくれよ。
それは。
She fell silent. I mean, I've definitely gotten the impression that she's just trying to like push off reality for a little bit and just have fun hanging out with the Alba crew. She certainly couldn't tell him that Serica might be after her life.
俺には相談できないことなのか。
ごめん。
も
しかしてそいつのせいじゃないだろうな。
You better not be talking about me. Oh, hey, I can leave. I can. Kawahara-kun's gaze turned towards me.
そうか。やっぱり宮代のせいなんだな。 また宮代がクルスを巻き込んでるんだろ。だから学校に来られないんだな。そうだな。そうなんだろ。
Oh no, dang it, I thought we were cool now. We got a one-on-one talk. I wanted to say something back, but I couldn't. It's partially my fault after all. Erica had done all this because she thought it would make me happy. Which meant that the reason we're stuck here really was my fault.
おい宮代。俺は言ったな。クルスを巻き込むなと。
I mean, technically, Nono went to that rooftop she chased after Serica herself. Well...
違うの川原くん。タクルのせいじゃないの。
だったらなんで来られないんだよ。
それは家族のことだから。だから川原くんには。
家族って言ったって。
Oh, no.
どうせ本物の家族じゃないだろ。
Don't, Kawahara, you're making a gigantic mistake right now. I can see Yuto freeze in the corner of the room. Yamazoya was next to him, rubbing his back gently. Kawahara-kun hadn't noticed the change that had overtaken the rest of the room. He was still talking. Like, come on, you were almost like,
宮代だって、今一緒に住んでる奴らだって、所詮は家族ごっこだ。
Kawahara!
そもそも付き合いなら、俺たちの方が長いはずじゃないか。
Like, come on, he's digging his grave.
やめて。
Like, I actually kind of liked him from, you know, like, the last time we actually saw him in, like, chapter 3. Like, I was like, oh, he kind of has a point. Takeru is just, you know, look at Takeru, come on.
なあ、子供の頃俺たち、いつも一緒だっただろ。俺とクルスと、それから南沢と。俺はさ、
Oh, dude, no. That's a no.
クルス、お前のことが好きだったんだよ。
No, that's not the time. That is... Another shockwave went through the room. It was a sudden confession of love. So Aorimura and was Kazuki here? And, you know, even Takeru and the orphans, they're just eating popcorn right now. Like, oh god, look at this train wreck. Of course, even I knew that Kawahara-kun was in love with No. I didn't expect him to say it in front of so many people. Even Aorimura was stunned into silence. Hey, Aorimura, can we get a truth check on that?
もう一度言う、クルス。俺は君のこと。
待って川原くん。その話はまた違う時に。
いや、証人もいることだし、
What?
この際だからきちんと言っておく。
Oh my...
俺は君が好きだ。
You know, I always thought like Kuryusu was like the biggest failure in this game. No, she's not. Kawahara-kun's stepping up so that she's actually.
川原くん。
なんでそんな困った顔するんだよ。
Like, if you had played this better, you could have stopped all romantic notions between Nono and Takeru, Kawahara-kun. You could have been our savior. You've ruined everything.
だって。
お前だって分かってただろ。俺がお前のこと好きだって。
それは。
子供の頃だって俺は本当はいつだってお前と二人でいたかったんだ。
Whoa! No! No!
でもお前はいっつもあいつを暴れんで、どこへ行くの？千里も一緒に、千里も一緒にって。俺がどれだけあいつがいなくなればいいって思ってたかわかるか？
You fool! Nono's face twisted in pain. Must have hurt her to hear him talk about her friend like this. Normally, Kawahara-kun would have picked up on that. After coming out in front of so many people and saying that he liked her, the blood must have rushed to his head.
やっとだ。
No.
南沢がいなくなってくれたと思ったのに。そしたら今度は家族だって？冗談じゃない。宮代なんかより俺の方がずっとお前のこと知ってる。お前のこと分かってやってる。 クレス。
He thinks he has a chance still. Kawahara-kun looked straight into Nono's eyes. I could see that his eyes were a little bloodshot.
もう一度言う。俺はお前のこと好きだ。俺の気持ち受け入れてくれるよな。
Sakuma didn't like mind control him before he died, right? He was like, oh, this would be a funny prank. Nono will love this. Nono glanced around the room, looking upset, as everyone watched in silence. Finally, she frowned and bit her lip.
川原くんの気持ちは
Don't let him off easy! Tear into him, come on!
それじゃあ。
でもごめんなさい。私川原くんの気持ち受け取れない。
You're not gonna go now. You just insulted your family and your dead best friend or anything?
どうして。
Kawahara-kun's voice rose in anger.
どうしてだよ。宮代か。こんな奴のどこがいいんだ。
そういうところよ。
は。
タクルは私の弟よ。そうやって弟のこと悪く言われて喜ぶ姉がいると思う？
You're not allowed to make this weird game, okay? Little brother, not like weird anime
弟
stuff.
だって赤の他人だ。
でも私にとっては大事な家族なの。
No, no.
彼女の千里のことだってそう。私は別に彼女のことを憐れんでたわけじゃない。だってあの子は私の大切な友達だもの。
Okay, there's something I can't say that I'm wondering about right now. I want to say it, but I can't.
それにあの子はもう死んでしまったのよ。
Dead, quotation marks.
死んだ友達のこと悪く言うなんて。川原くん、あなたどうかしてる。
Kawahara-kun looked like he was about to say something. Then he closed his mouth in frustration.
お願いよ。今は帰って。
クレス。
お願いだから帰って。少し頭を冷やして。そうしたらいつもの川原くんに戻ってくれるって信じてるから。
Not a good line, no, no, not a good line.
わかったよ。今日のところは帰るよ。
Not sure you can salvage this one, no, no. He headed for the door.
くそ。
Smashed it shut as he cursed. Yeah, okay. Was that a sigh or like a ha 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 ha? The tension drained from the room and I could finally take a breath.
ごめんねみんな。嫌な思いをさせて。ユウトも怖かったよね。僕はのの姉ちゃんが断ってくれてよかったって。私もあの人苦手です。
It didn't seem like Kawahara-kun was very popular. Not that I didn't understand why.
タクルもごめん。
No, I'm used to it.
もうそうだ、お茶入れよね。気分変えましょう。
The dining room was soon filled with the scent of British tea, and peace finally returned. However... Oh! Okay, Arimura, what's wrong?
いえ、
Arimura kept shooting glances at Nono, as if she was thinking about something. Okay, let's... And then the next day, should I keep going just a little bit? Maybe, I think.
いやー、この部屋寒いっすね。暖房とかないんですか？
Hey, why are you still here?
だから部活だって言ってるじゃないですか。
うん。
You don't seem to be doing anything newspaper club related, though.
それは部長が指針を示さないからです。
Okay, first club rule, get out. Cody, I'm letting people do their own thing for a little while.
指示とかないとひなえどうしていいかわかんない。
Actually, I hear there's a big story over in Okinawa. Get over there and check it out, okay? Could be a short little trip. You're really making me want to punch you right now.
いいじゃない。どうせ毎日退屈してるところでしょ。
さすがクルス先輩は宮代先輩と違って話がわかるなあ。クッキーおいしい。
Arimori was already digging into the tea and cookies that Nono had made.
もしかしてこれっておからですか？
Okara? Okara. What is soy pulp or tofu dregs? Insoluble parts of soybeans that remain after parade. Soybeans are filled with. It's a traditional cuisine in Japan, Korea, and China. Apparently, I've never heard of it. Based off the Wikipedia picture, it looks like a little like mashed potatoes. Well, the second picture, I don't know. It doesn't look good, but you never know. It could be.
あ、わかる？おからもらったから試しに作ってみたの。
Arimori, what's the check? Is it good? Kazuki, good?
でも嬉しいわ。タクルったらそういうの全然分かってくれないんだもん。
Understanding that stuff has nothing to do with information. Knowledge needs to be used for other purposes.
はいはい、分かった分かった。
Arimori grinned as she watched us.
何？
なんだかすっかりおしどり夫婦の貫禄ですな。
Please don't! Don't be stupid. We're family, so it's normal.
そうよ、家族なんだもの。
家族ね。
なに？
いえ、別にいいですけど。そうそう、それより実は今日は先輩方に聞きたいことがあって来たんですけど。
So you've just been wasting time here for no reason? If you wanted something, you should have just said so from the start.
クルス先輩って南沢
Okay,
千
she's
里
doing
って
it.
人とお友達だったんですよね。
I leaned forward, surprised to be hearing that name now.
ほら、昨日そんな話をしてたでしょ。それでちょっと気になって。
No one's realizing what's going on.
ええ、小学校の頃よく一緒に遊んでたわ。川原くんと3人で。
それじゃあ南沢さんってどんな人だったんです？
どうしてそんなこと聞くの？
いやいや、ちょっと興味がありまして。
I was curious too. Ace Detective Arimori over here. Minamisawa Senri was the girl we'd seen in the AH Tokyo General Hospital when I was a kid, the one we'd left behind. I'd always thought she might be the killer, but now I knew that I was wrong. I'd only seen her for an instant, but had a huge effect on my life. Thinking back, it was strange that I hadn't asked Kurusu for more details about her before. You think Arimori like briefed Kazuki on what's going on? Good cop, bad cop? Kazuki must have been interested too, because she's leaning forward and listening intently.
千里はおとなしい子だったわ。大勢の中に入っていくのが苦手で、私たち以外のことはあまり遊びたがらなくて。でも優しい子だったわ。
なるほどなるほど。じゃあ彼女の家庭環境について。
それはごめんなさい。彼女の家のこととかあまりよく知らないのよ。だからもういいでしょ。
でもお友達だったんですよね。
友達だってお家のことまでは普通知らないでしょ。それに私そろそろ夕飯の支度もしなきゃいけないし。
He avoided the question.
こいつは失敬。私ったらついジャーナリストの血が騒いじゃって。
This is all she's got to work out of the newspaper club. Journalist blood? Never written a news story in your life.
それじゃあんまりゆっくりしてもご迷惑でしょうし、私たちは帰りますかね。
Arimori grabbed Kazuki's hand just before she could take another cookie, then stood up. Come on, let her have a cookie.
というわけで送ってください、宮代先輩。
Oh, she's gonna fill us in. Huh? Why me?
だって事件はまだ終わってないんですよ。そんな中か弱い女の子2人だけを帰らせるなんて状況のすることじゃないですよね。
Defenseless girls. Arimori definitely has a D sword. Kazuki probably can use one. Well, that's got nothing to do with being a right-sider.
それじゃあ宮代先輩ちょっと借りていきますね。失礼しました。
Wait, it's not to say I would. I ended up walking them home despite my protest. Wait, so which one's the bad cop? Is it Kazuki? Why do I have to do this? I'm not even sure that what they came over for anyway. And on top of that all, Arimori had fallen strangely silent. Kazuki was always quiet, but experience had taught me that whenever Arimori wasn't talking, it meant trouble. Of course, it usually meant trouble when she was talking too. We walked along in silence before Arimori finally opened her mouth.
嘘ついてますよ。
Yep.
クルス先輩。
What?
それも南沢千里っていう人のことで何か隠してます。
My heart thudded loudly. How can you tell?
どうしてって先輩も知ってるじゃないですか。
How can you tell she's lying, Arimora? Do we need to go over that again? That's true, but she was lying? Nono was lying? And me of all people? I was worried about Minamisawa Senri as well, but between the two, that was the bigger shock. Are you, sure?
なんなら私の能力もう一度お見せしましょうか。
I could see her D-sword floating out of the corner of my eye. Wait, you can see other people's D-swords like that? No, that's fine. Nono really is hiding something. But why?
実は昨日話した時に気づいたんですよ。ほら川原先輩と南沢千里さんの話してたでしょ。あの時クルス先輩南沢千里さんは死んだって言ってたけど。
Was that a lie? Does that mean Senri is actually alive?
とクルス先輩は思っているってことになりますね。
Okay, is that the only line she picked up on then? She's alive. Minamisawa Senri is alive. But why would Nono have to hide that?
それから彼女のことよく知らないって言ってましたが、あれも嘘ですね。
Okay. ... What Arimori is saying is probably true. Nono actually does know Senri very well. She believes that she's still alive. But why does she think so? There are two possibilities. One is that she knows for a fact that Minamisawa is actually alive. The other is that she just wants to believe it. But then why has she been insisting that she's sure Senri is dead?
まあ今となっては事件のすべては尾上セリカによるものなわけだし、だから南沢千里さんのことはどうでもいいのかもしれないですけど、でもちょっと気になったもんで。それじゃあ宮代先輩、私たちはここで。先輩
Oh, what's wrong, Kazuki? Why did you scratch me like that? That hurt!
さっきから話しかけてるのに宮代先輩がぼーっとしてるからですよ。ねえ。うん。
Oh, I see.
ひょっとして私余計なことをやっちゃいました？
So Kazuki really is the bad cop. No, it's fine. It's not a big deal.
そうですか。だったらいいんですけど。
Said goodbye to the two of them and headed back to the apartment. The whole way back, I couldn't stop thinking about the fact that Nono might be lying to me. Why? For what purposes? Same questions kept spinning about in my mind.
家族の間で隠し事はしないこと。
Yep.
これだけは守ってほしいの。もう家族がバラバラにならないように。
I actually kind of like having been spoiled on this, because I just get to see all the foreshadowing in real time. You're like, oh yeah, that's a thing. That's a thing. Nono's the one who'd said that. No secrets. No lies. That was the one promise that kept us together. But although now I'm sad. Well, hold on.
おかえりタクル。
Now I'm sad that I'm deprived of having been able to theorize about this. Because I don't think I would have caught on to what I was spoiled on. Like, maybe by now? I mean, obviously at the start of the round, right? No, it's pretty obvious that Nono's lying, right? About, well, I don't want to say too much, but I don't think I would have realized the truth. When I got back, Nono was the same as ever.
和樹たちちゃんと帰った？
Yeah, I only saw them part of the way though. There's no sign of the awkwardness that had been there when she was talking to Arimura. However, about what we were talking about before.
さっきのって？
About Minamisawa Senri.
ごめん。その話はもうやめてもらえるかな。
Why not?
だって死んでしまった友達のことを思い出すのはとても辛いことだから。ご飯もうすぐできるからテーブルの上片付けてくれる？
Fine. It was obvious that Nono was avoiding talking about Senri. Maybe it didn't matter at this point. But still, something was bothering me, like a thorn pricking at my heart. Minamisawa Senri. Maybe I need to learn more about her. Okay. I'll call it there. I love my hypocritical girl failure. Nono is best girl, but like in a non-romantic way. Do not date her, Takuyo. It will be weird. Don't do it. Anyways, see you guys next time. Bye.